Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just, what the hell? So you're moving? You ain't even started. Holy. Oh my gosh. Alright, if you just missed the last name, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're right back with game 2 of the night in Friday Night Lights. This time around is Sauga City going up against DAC. DAC, of course, combining with Team Miller, who are our 2024 champions, featuring Leonard Miller breaking the Toronto Pro-Am scoring record with 50 points on the night. And we have a star-studded lineup, both in the stands and on the floor tonight. Got the likes of Javion Tendo, making it straight in the OSBA and now currently playing for Montverde. We also have a fellow Canadian high school baller, Malik Giuseppe Kitson. Played for Team Ontario at the National Championships. A key figure, both on offense and defense. Plays for Fort Erie out of the Niagara region. Fort Erie, of course, defeated Utah Prep, which had the likes of AJ DeBonsa, a projected 2026 first-round pick in the NBA draft. You've also got the likes of Naz Mitrulong and Eli Mitrulong, also on reserves for Sauga City. It's going to be a fun night tonight at the Tait McKenzie Centre. And right now we got Sauga City up 11-9 against DAC. It's timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. Just a reminder, in our previous game of the night, this Friday Night Lights session with Top of the AM going up against Boom Squad. We have Sauga City playing tonight, who actually defeated Boom Squad in the opening weekend, 91-77. You're looking to make it 2-0 tonight. We, of course, have Sauga City in the whites and DAC in green. DAC are, of course, no strangers to winning. As a matter of fact, they won the Pink City Classic Championships recently, and they host a variety of tournaments, such as their famous 3-on-3 tournaments. Malik Giuseppe Kitson getting the foul call his way. He'll make a trip to the free throw line. Still a 2-point affair. We got Sauga City up 11-9 against DAC. Let's not forget once again that Team Miller, of course, is our 2024 champions. They won that final 125-108, a comfortable victory, and are looking to make a two-peat in the third edition of our Toronto Pro-Am Series.
Jay Warren taking to the game.
Jalen for Sauga City will check back in, and we have Isaiah making his way back on the floor. Seth Smith is on a heater tonight. 10 points to open up our first quarter, as we have Javion Tyndale rising high looking for the foul call. He'll get none of that. It's going to be a physical night. Be ready to put your body on the line. Just as we have Prince getting the and one, he'll make a trip to the free throw line. Of course, the star-studded lineup in the house We have the local Toronto community coming out here to show some love to our Pro-Am series. And special shout-outs to Vaughn Alexander in the building. If you don't know who that is, go look up the 2025 NBA MVP. That's his dad right there in the building. Big shout out to Vaughn Alexander, the father, of course, of Che Gilgis Alexander. 15-11 is still the scoreline as we approach 4 minutes left in our tie. Steph Smith, a key problem. Back-to-back three-point attempts are unsuccessful for Sauga City. But they're playing some hardcore defense at the moment. And as they say, great defense wins championships. Will this be the upset that they're seeking tonight?
Jump on, NBA rules. We're in the league right now, bro. NBA 2K live. Trying to pull out. Jump the ball. NBA sanction.
Definitely make sure you keep an eye out on Javion Tyndale of Sauga City. Opening up with 5 points. CJ Cave tries to go for the midi. It's unsuccessful. DAC will hit on the break. Prince is left wide open from the wing. And he makes them pay. That's a statement three-pointer that says, never leave me wide open again, or I'm gonna be in your nightmares all night long. Sauga City get the foul call. They'll inbound with 18 seconds. Darlington Alsaz is double teamed in the paint. It's a great block from Prince. Well, the second attempt from Darlington drops in. 18-13 is the scoreline in favor of DAC. Prince with a crossover combination. Quick release on the shot of Steph Curry. Javion Tyndale swings it out to the wing, and it's good. That's cash money from Xavier Ochu. The 6'1" goal. University of Windsor hits it from three. Steph Smith trying to go to work, earns himself a charging call. A little too eager on that play. Of course, with 10 points already in the first quarter. Looking to rack up the scoreboard. Earns himself a foul. And that's 14 fouls against DAC. Getting close to foul trouble as Sauga City are almost in the bonus. Javion Tyndale with the green shoes, blowing past the green opponents and launches a three. It's no good. Ball sped, swung out to the wing for Marco, who hits the side of the backboard. The ball could not be telegraphed as DAC are pleading their case. The refs are having none of it tonight. DJ Cave trying to do it all by himself. Gets the bank shot. It's still a Friday, so the bank is still open for TJ. He'll get the end one at the line with just about 2 minutes to play. And we're tied at 18 points apiece. Fast break. Xavier Ochu loses it and is greatly recovered by Javion. Once again, swings it out to the wing, looking for the three-pointer. No good. 2-on-1. BK on the fast break. Couldn't make the underhand finish. DAC flying into the air like Superman and making plays when it's necessary to give the 2-point lead to DAC. Ochu for 3. Take a bow. Xavier Ochu is in the house as he gives Sauga City a 22-21 point lead. Picked off by Ochu. Slows down the step, and it's a wonderful rhythm layup. It's like directing a choir in the orchestra. Everything in its stride. Jake Babick stops on a dime, hits the midi. Jalen Warren, double teamed, looking for the open mismatch in the lane. It's a backdoor cut, but the kickball results in the out-of-bounds play. This is Toronto Pro-Am basketball, not the FIFA Club World Cup. 13 to inbound. It's cash money from Xavier Ochu. If there's a man you want to count on the thick of it, it's that man number 15 right there. Making all the right plays, making the extra pass, hitting the shots when it matters. And doing it with so much class and composure. Not letting the bright lights get to him. This, of course, is Friday Night Lights for Toronto Pro-Am 2025.
I got Michael 2 for 2. 25-27. Sauga City up by 2. All right.
It's a beautiful jam from Lincoln Rosebush. 15 seconds to go. The CAC trying to close the 4-point gap. Second attempt opportunity. Steph Smith, that's the man you want the ball with. Almost loses his footing. Goes for the long 3. And it boinks off the back rim, and it'll remain a 4-point lead for Sauga City. Xavier Ochu starting off hot with 11 points in quarter 1. We'll be right back for our second quarter. This is Sauga City against DAC, Toronto Pro-Am 2025.
Versus Sauga City. Sauga City up by 4. 29-25. It says their shirts on our buttons and their mild detox foot locker, already jerseys, overtime tags, on-court basketball. Everybody that makes sure that this thing is lit. Yeah, you just reminded me, BMF is up today. New episode. Well, you know what, money.
No, Sauga cannot take care of the basketball. It makes its way to the hands of Babick, who drains it from way downtown. We might be in North York, but that felt like downtown Toronto. Tyndale trying to play the 2-man game with Rosebush. It's a kickball, and he almost causes a turnover. Tyndale this time left alone on an island. Calls for the screen from Rosebush. Uses it, looking for the pop. This time finds Ochu in the corner. Ochu cannot hit it. And that's DAC basketball. Prince on the drive, thinks about it. Misses the finish. And that's a turnover. Sauga City ball. Dillon Warren hands it off to Tyndale, his trusted general. Tyndale always cleverly using the screens. The kickball by Babic is not called. It's handed off to Isaiah. And he's fouled as he rises high, trying to get the fast break finish. Tyndale playing like a classic guard. Always staying patient, not worried about the clock. Looking for the right plays with a pick and roll. Using his size advantage and speed whenever necessary to try to make the right plays. And that's a backcourt violation by Prince, who's got butterfingers tonight. Tyndale with 8 points is double teamed. The ball is forced out of his hands as Rosebush goes for the reverse finish. Credits Warren for the beautiful vision. And once again, it's being willing to make that extra pass that sometimes edges out the point whenever you need it. Swung out to Warren. Warren finds Ochu. Ochu tries to go for the lob with Rosebush, and now it's a 2-on-2 fast break. As Steph Smith gets crafty and creative, no baskets. That's Sauga City basketball.
I just need an explanation.
Lots of commotion and confusion. As players not happy about the officiating, thinking the ball should have gone their way. DAC trying to pull out every single stop as they're down by 6 points. The long hands of Prince come up strong against Tyndale. Chevy Brown cannot get the finish. DAC still have the numbers advantage. And right now the coins have flipped. Rosebush goes for the 3 himself instead of the 2-1 advantage. Questionable shot selection from Rosebush results in the turnover.
So I'm not going to say too much. Yeah, thank you.
He's played a wonderful 2-man game with Tyndale. They don't play on the same team, but almost reminiscent of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic sort of chemistry. Babic getting sneaky with a high screen. Step back 3 from Steph Smith. Feeling himself tonight, thinking anything's gonna go in. He's got the most amount of confidence in the house. TJ Cave, speaking of confidence, rises high and reminds the city why he's that guy. Steph Smith gets the foul call. He'll make a trip to the free throw line.
He's number 1 for a reason. Okay. You when you outscored, you get fouled. Oh, I like that. That's what I like about Paul. That's out here. Bob, say this. Fortune teller. All right.
DAC once again on the attack. Easy finish from Chevy Brown. The lane is left wide open as Sauga City left wondering where their defensive structure went. DAC have cut the deficit to 4 points as Tyndale once again remaining patient. trying to play the two-man offense with Warren, Tyndale, Crafty, defend over. And once again, DAC trying to capitalize on their fast break finishes. Prince currently struggling with finishing at the moment. 3 quick attempts have gone short as we have under 4 minutes to go. And Darlington Osaz is fouled.
Yo, I like the magnum and this is too many layers. Choosing me. Don't finish, take your time.
Once again, it's a soft touch that does it. On the quick fast breaks, it's the simple basics. Just lay it off the backboard. As they teach you in the youth camps, aim for the top right corner of the box. It goes in every single time. Darlington Osaz hits the first free throw. That's the time. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is Friday Night Lights. We had Top of the AM go up against Boom Squad earlier on. Top of the AM edging out a 2-point victory against Boom Squad to go 2-0. They'll feature tomorrow in our Final Four, and Boom Squad are knocked out in our 16 tournaments in Toronto Pro-Am 2025. And this game, of course, is Sauga City, as well as DAC. DAC, of course, standing for the David Ann Center. Inspiring and equipping lots of youth basketball teams over the course of the year. Of course, with the Pink City Classic champions, so they know a thing or two about winning, and they're hoping to bring out that winning spirit today. And it's quite evident they have quite a deep bench tonight. DAC pulling out all the stops, a combination of the David Ann Center and Team Miller for the 2024 champions. As always, we want to give a special thank you to our sponsors. A big shout out to Foot Locker Canada, Canada Basketball, and Red Threads. And we must also give a special shout out to CBC Sports for making this happen. Number 30, Darlington Osaz will shoot the second of his free throws. Sauga City with a 6-point advantage. DAC with a little bit of confusion on what the offensive play is. Looking for the double screen on the high arc, and it's thrown out of bounds. Evidently some confused faces coming out of the timeout. Did not pay attention to the playbook. DJ Cave goes for it himself. And Javion almost gets the steal, pokes it out of bounds. Steph Smith, the man filling himself. Not afraid to go all the way, and he gets the bank shot for the N1. So casual and cool with it. The youngins will say he's got that aura in him. The ice in his veins. He'll shoot the N1. Steph Smith currently sitting pretty in the first half with 17 points. The points leader for tonight. Make that 18. Xavier Ochu this time around, leading the possession. Unselfish, hands it off to Warren. Back in the hands of Ochu. Drives, leaves Warren wide open. He hits the pump fake. Rosebush had his shirt tugged all the way, feeling his face with the refs. Hoping to earn himself the unsportsmanlike call against his opponents. Doesn't get it. This is our summertime classic, a Toronto favorite, the Toronto Pro-Am Series. Welcome to our third edition of this. We have 16 sanctioned by the NBA coming out to compete for bragging rights in the city. Malik Giuseppe Kitson swings it back out to the wing. Just short by Michael. Second chance opportunity, and it's good. Tyndale opting for the quick drive. High banked shot, and it drops in. Under 2.5 minutes to go, still a 3-point game. Steph Smith pulls Rosebush out of position. Tries to go for the ISO ball. Hits a classic crossover sidestep combo move. Just short. Or was that a pass to Prince? We'll never know. Doesn't matter. As long as it goes in, doesn't matter how it happens. Warren looking for the cutting player. Ochu could have gone for it himself. Swings it out to Tyndale. Tyndale with a classy floater. Tyndale trying to grab Chevy Brown. Brown blows by him and earns himself two. Tyndale picked up full court by Michael. Great respect for the young player as they're trying to nullify the threats. Tough finish from Darlington Osas. Nigerian native Darlington Osas showing up that strength and pride on the floor. TJ Cave will check back into the game, a great utility player trying to give Javion a rest, who's been a workhorse. Majority of the offense for Sauga City running through Tyndale. Tyndale is always holding high standards for himself, super critical of his gameplay, even though it shows a great amount of maturity in how he picks up his passes and finds his opponents. Steph Smith loves an ISO play whenever it happens. This time uses the screen of Chevy Brown, goes for the three, is just short. TJ Cave, the primary ball handler, giving Tyndale a rest. Finds Rosebush for the classic post-up and is picked off. Michael couldn't handle it for the fast break. And now it's left DAC scrambling as Ochu capitalizes on the opportunity. Ochu with 13 points tonight, as we have just about 30 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Chevy Brown's got to watch his feet on the drive. He steps out of bounds. We got a timeout called by Sauga City. We'll be right back.
Remember, we're not here tomorrow as well, too. Tomorrow's Final Four. Serious. Championship game August 1st. Make it a date, don't be late. Everybody's punching their ticket. You might see me suit up. This weekend, though, it's all about great vibes, great basketball. You can catch me on the mic. Do what it do. Do what it do.
Back live again. Ochu uses the screen of Rosebush. Goes for the quick three. That's thrown out of bounds. DAC failing to take care of the basketball. Rolls back into the hands of Sauga City. And now they'll look to close out this quarter. They're already up by 5 as Tyndale brings up the basketball with 21 seconds. Patient basketball trying to run down the clock. Guarded by Chevy Brown. Goes for the three around the screen of Rosebush. 7 seconds to play as Steph Smith is double teamed high. fights through the double team. Goes for it all by himself and gets a high bank finish. Steph Smith running through with authority, not minding anything in his path and just cruising down like a coastliner on the 400. 48-51 is the scoreline. It's a three-point game in favor of Sauga City. We'll be right back. live and direct for our second half. As we got a quick finish from Jalen Warren to open up the account for the second half of basketball. Currently a 5-point lead for Sauga City, sitting comfortable and pretty in their gameplay, making all the right decisions, utilizing the screens of Rosebush whenever necessary. Tyndale and Xavier Ochu having key factors in their success so far, while DAC unfortunately struggling to finish. Two-man gameplay from Tyndale and Rosebush. Rosebush in the second attempt drawing the foul. He'll be disappointed in the finishing right there, but he'll make a trip to the line to redeem himself. This time we have Babic running the plays. Steph Smith closed out the quarter with a great finish. Replicates the same back shot once again. It's going to be a problem tonight. 22 points already for Steph Smith. The lion's share of the points for DAC. Fast break, and Prince once again loses the basketball. He's been caught many times with butterfingers and not having the soft touch to finish strong. But still having a pretty decent outing for himself. 13 points tonight for Prince. Great spin move. Couldn't hold on to the basketball. That's PJ Cave. DAC going deep into their bench, trying to give players adequate minutes, getting a good rotation out of everybody. As we go into the stretch, Steph Smith goes for the three, throws it out of bounds. This time it's Tyndale calling for the screen from Warren. Goes for the sidestep. Thought about a long three. Almost made that cash money. Is capable of hitting those. Babic from the corner. Bricks it. Ochu hits Warren on the fast break. Runs into the traffic from Steph Smith. TJ Cave with the mismatch. Picks off Tyndale. And that's a 3-second violation. Back in the hands of DAC.
2-possession game. David Mann Center 50, Sauga City 54.
Patience and poise is what DAC need right now in order to pick out the right passes and have a level of consistency to their playmaking. Currently relying on lots of individual spurs of talents, but not having a consistent rhythm to how they go about their playmaking. And as we see Sauga City once again opting for the drives, looking for that open man to hit them with a pass to drain the three. Whereas DAC going about it with more of a street ball style of basketball. Nothing too wrong with that if it's working. It's a tie game, 54 apiece right now. But when it gets into crunch time and the legs are tired and the arms are sweaty, it's pretty hard to get a good rhythm out of that. DAC's Steph Smith, not afraid to go for it himself. That's 24 points tonight for Steph Smith. Tyndale once again moving like a floor general. Not afraid of the defensive intensity. Goes behind the back. Unfortunately, steps out of bounds. Great close defense from Chevy Brown. Unaware of all the noise and hype around this young man. Just trying to be a problem on defense, and sometimes just being right up there in their face is what it takes. Steph Smith hands it off to Prince. Prince to Babic. Babic stops in the spin. Just short on the quarter. Xavier Ochu beats his man, kicks it out. And there we are again talking about making the right extra pass and making the right play. You get wide open looks, you feed the man, and he hits the shot. That's how you play basketball. This time it's a reverse case. Chevy Brown, hounded by Tyndale, forces the turnover. And a foul is called as we almost get our first scrap of the tournament. We have Osaz going up against Chevy Brown. Brown, of course, not afraid of an encounter whenever called upon. He'll stand up for what he believes in. And that's the intensity we love to see in the Pro-Am. 56-57, we have Sauga City up by 1.
That's why we have to protect the basketball. That wouldn't happen. We won't turnover. White ball, Sauga City.
TJ Cave. Miscommunication with Ochu. 15 seconds. Kicks it back out to Tyndale. Tyndale trying to make something happen with a mismatch. Marco keeps up with the intensity. Not afraid of all the crossover combos. Remains calm. 6 seconds to go as Tyndale fires up a three. It's short. Chevy Brown back out to Prince with a short jumper. Banks it in with ease. Brody said, keep your eyes open. Did you forget about me? I still got it. 18 points on the night for Prince. A long two from TJ Cave. Chevy Brown is left wide open, almost makes them pay. 2-on-1 fast break. Javion Tyndale goes for the lob with Osaz, and he gets the end. One. Look at that flex. Osaz said, hit the gym if he's trying to compete with me. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm taking this one.
The game's tied at 59 points apiece as Darlington Osaz looks to extend the lead for Sauga City. Chevy Brown, a focal point of offense and defense. Currently burning the tank in this third quarter, trying to ease the burning off of Steph Smith. Steph Smith launches the pass to the corner. Marco just short with a three. And that's out of bounds as Sauga City basketball. Xavier Ochu goes for it himself and earns the free throw call.
Xavier going for 9 to shoot 2.
Xavier with 13 points tonight, trying to match his jersey number, 15, with 2 free throws. If there's someone who means business tonight, keeping his head focused in the game, not worried about all the chatter and the bright lights of the Pro-Am, is this man right here at the line. The University of Windsor guard, 6'1", sinks both free throws to make it 15 points tonight in the third quarter as we approach 4 minutes to go. Chevy Brown once again looking for the two-man action with Steph Smith. Steph playing on selfish, swings it out to Malik, who drains it from downtown Fort Erie. Rosebush misplaced the pass to Tyndale, causes the turnover. As it finds the hands up, Steph Smith, who drops the Thor hammer. The DAC going a 4-0 run to get 64-61 up against Sauga. Xavier Ochu trying to stop the bleeding. Feeds it to Rosebush, who was picked off by Smith. 8 seconds on the shot clock.
3 minutes and 16 seconds.
Rosebush beats his man and gets fouled. Basket will not count. As he looks at the ref once again, wondering why he hasn't been getting a whole lot more calls. Had his shirt tucked in the first half, has been battered and bruised as is expected of a big man in the paint. But as always, going for that two-man action with Tyndale and making the right plays as Tyndale drains it from downtown. Javion Tyndale's a problem tonight. Tyndale with 17 points. Ochu with 15. As Brown feeds it up to Michael, who's trying to get a highlight of his own. Osaz. TJ Cave rises high and drops it in. Sauga City regained their lead 66-64. As Cave makes an important pick. Lots of end-to-end basketball in this third quarter. Ochu playing hard defense against Prince. Prince trying to almost blocked by Osaz, but he gets the foul call. He's gonna make another trip to the line. Prince has been battered and bruised, putting his body on the line for this DAC team. It's a victory at any given moment. No surprise, he has 18 points on the night with a chance to make it 20. DAC's Isaiah will check back in to give Chevy Brown a rest. Brown's been relentless on defense, hounding Tyndale by his schemes and tactics in every possession. And whenever possible, making plays with Steph Smith. This time it's Tyndale. Michael tasked with his defensive duties, and he's not up to the task. That's back-to-back threes from Javion Tyndale. He's on a run of his own, and he might just call game tonight. Steph Smith trying to respond and gives the most appropriate response and talks the appropriate chatter in the moment. He's earned every single right to do that. Steph Smith with 29 points on the night. Tyndale picked off by Michael, and Michael puts it down. Things are starting to heat up quick in the Pro-Am. Osaz gets the foul call against him on the double team. And things might just need to cool off a little bit. Osaz letting them know how he feels exactly to the bench. A little bit of back and forth is expected at this stage of the game. 2 points with a minute and a half in the third quarter. It's what we live for. It's what we get the tickets for the premium primetime entertainment and Friday Night Lights. Darlington Osaz at the line to shoot two. Osaz with 9 points, looking to make it double digits. Coming in with a great efforts on offense every given moment. One of the strongest men on the floor. Not afraid again to put his body on the line, just like we said for Prince of DAC. Michael swings it out to Malik. Malik trying to get to work on Rosebush. 7 seconds left on the clock. Michael, hounded by Ochu. The clock is running out, and that's out of bounds. As the Sauga City bench hounds Malik Giuseppe Kitson, letting him know there's no free lunch out here in the Pro-Am. And that's just the right amount of experience one needs to keep them grounded. 71 points apiece is the scoreline as we approach just a minute left in quarter 3. Both teams are still with 3 timeouts left. DAC with 4 fouls. As Michael doing a great job against Tyndale. Tyndale will have the second chance. Going right in the face of Michael, almost getting the finish. Steph Smith with less than a minute to go. Swings it back out to Isaiah. Isaiah to Malik on the wing. And we see a back-to-back repetition of stepping out of bounds. They might need to draw a stronger line for him to see the demarcation. 2 mistakes in a row for Malik Giuseppe Kitson. Might be costly for DAC. 45 seconds as TJ Cave rejects the screen of Osaz and gets the foul call. And that's 5 team fouls for DAC and Sauga City getting to the bonus. TJ Cave with the Anthony Edwards special kicks to shoot 2. Speaking of getting your favorite shoes, a big special shout out to Foot Locker Canada, our sponsors for tonight. We also want to give a special thank you to Canada Basketball, Red Threads, and CBC Sports for making tonight's 3rd edition of the Toronto Pro-Am happen. We're tied at 71 points. Cave giving Sauga City the lead. Leads changing hands very quickly in this game. Very reminiscent of our previous game tonight. And Chevy Brown goes for it himself, making plays when it matters. Not too much fluff and flatter, just getting right to the cup. Tyndale trying to get another 3. Back-to-back points, and that's 4 points in a row for DAC to steal the lead. It's 75-72. TJ Cave with 13 seconds. Number 13 looking around to try to make the right play. Osaz stationed like a statue. Cave opts to go for the 3 and it's short. TJ Cave looking to tie up the game at 75. Just short of the rim. And that brings us to our 4th and final quarter of basketball. In our final game of our Friday Night Lights series, 75-72 is the score. For DAC, we'll be back.
Remember tomorrow. Yeah. There you have it.
Tristan has a baby shower. Huh? Yeah. If it was an evening thing, I'm like, oh, okay, I can.
Last quarter, the only quarter that matters. 75-72. David on center to 3. 7.
Back on the way in quarter 4. DAC up 75-72. And this time, Rosebush is the one who steps out of bounds, just like Malik Giuseppe Kitson from earlier on. Steph Smith hounded on defense by TJ Cave, who makes the right play. Finds Rosebush wide open, who jams it in to cut the lead to 1. Steph Smith trying to right his wrongs, trying to go quick. Jerry Brown looking for the pick with Prince. Gets the mismatch on Rosebush. It switches back out. Prince wide open for the 3 with a short jumper. It's just short. Rosebush gets fouled on his way to the cup. He'll shoot 2. Rosebush, a prominent figure, standing tall in the middle of the paints. We've seen lots of combinations between him and Tyndale. It'll be important for Sauga City going down the stretch as they try to pick apart this hounding DAC defense that's not allowing any easy buckets for them. He sinks the first to tie the game at 75 apiece as Rosebush makes it 12 on the Knights, looking for 13. Chevy Brown getting the matchup he wants against Tyndale. He's gotten the better of him on many occasions, blowing by him with steam and speed as he goes right to the cup. And one more time. The defense of Javion Tyndale, often an Achilles heel for Sauga City, but he very much makes up for it with his offense. Quite reminiscent of a Trae Young in the Atlanta Hawks. As Rosebush is found, goes for the long 2 after the pump fake and drills it. Back-to-back free throws and gets another 2 to give Sauga City the lead, 78-77. Chevy Brown finds Prince. Prince trying to get tricky with it. Results in a turnover. Coast to coast, Tyndale wide open for the 3. TJ making the right plays and the right rebounds and gets the foul call in the process. Jake Bagdick will check back in for DAC. As Sauga City inbound with 13 on the clock. Back in the hands of Tyndale. Looking for the classic pick and pop with Rosebush. Tries to hand it off. Great defense from Brown, sticking those long arms out. Jalen Warren couldn't get it to fall. Back out in the hands of TJ with a high motor. Hustling on defense, diving for every loose ball. And it's a jump ball. DAC visibly frustrated. But they get possession at the end of it all. Their protests may be just working this time around. But in the Pro-Am, protesting earns you nothing if the basketball ain't doing the talking. Steph Smith, 29 points tonight. Going up against TJ Cave. Cave, a relentless defender, using those long arms. This time, he gets into foul trouble.
He's going to the line for 2 shots. He already has
Cave with his 3rd personal foul of the night.
He's looking to enter the 3rd club.
Sends Steph Smith to the free throw line. Trying to get a first 30-pointer of the nights in Friday Night Lights at Toronto Pro-Am. Steph Smith makes it 31 on the Knights. Am I seeing Steph Curry or Steph Smith? I don't know. You tell me. Tyndale trying to go for the quick finish. Gets the underhand and drops it in. Tyndale with 21 as Chevy Brown is matched up. They force the switch onto Tyndale. Picked off by Xavier. Behind the back pass, and he's fouled. Tyndale is fouled by Chevy Brown. We've seen those two go at it all night long, and it's made for some entertaining basketball. Chevy Brown, everything you want out of the man guarding the top player on the opposing team. Getting up in his face, not making those dribbles easy or the passes quick. Trying to slow down the offense with his high motor. Earns himself foul number 2. Tyndale, long 3. Rolls in and out. Falls in the hands of Jake Babick. Babick matched up against Warren. 3 is just shorts from Yusuf. Tyndale finds the open man, Jalen Warren. Rosebush waiting for it, gets it, and closes off the sentence with the exclamation point. Chevy Brown once again gets the matchup he wants. Finds an open lane against Rosebush as Rosebush swings and a miss. Lincoln Rosebush getting the foul called against him. That's 3 fouls tonight. That's 2 key defenders. Rosebush and Cave both have 3 fouls. Chevy Brown, number 2, to shoot 2. Xavier Ochu trying to call for it. The midi is short from Cave. Sauga City still up by 1. As Marco hoits up the 3 and it's short. 0 for 3 from the 3-point arc. Tyndale crosses by Marco. Back out to the wing for Rosebush. Fires up a 3 and it's no good. Prince finds the open Yusuf. Yusuf to Chevy Brown, cuts through. Marco hits the pump fake, and this time it's good for 3. Marco hits the 3 to open up his account tonight. Javion Tyndale trying to make some magic happen. Gets the matchup against Yusuf. Ochu hits the handoff to Warren. Finds the cutting Cave, who makes the right play, but couldn't get the finish. And Steph Smith will get a foul on the floor. And now TJ Cave is in foul trouble with 4 fouls tonight. He's played some fantastic defense. The Sauga City might want to get him off the primary ball handler so he doesn't get fouled out. Chevy Brown cuts through the middle, dissecting like a surgeon. Yusuf couldn't get the finish, and that's a travel violation. DAC basketball. Yusuf folding under the pressure after the beautiful playmaking from Chevy Brown. DAC still sitting comfortably up by 2 with just about 5 minutes left to play as Yusuf is pulled out of the game. Chevy hands it off to Steph Smith. Jalen Warren darts down the courts, tries to find the open Xavier, but it's poked out of bounds by Steph. Xavier currently trying to showcase his leadership qualities. Haven't played lots of seasons in the OUA. Showcasing that it comes down to the very basics whenever it's needed, as Prince blocks the layup from Javion. Rosebush, second attempt. Couldn't not hit the shot. Terry Brown rising up to be a prominent figure, trying to make plays for DAC. Finds the open Marco. And it's stolen by Jalen Warren. Xavier Ochu for three. No good this time around as Malik Kitson is comfortable. Chevy Brown. Looks like he might be running out of a little bit of steam and is left wide open through the lane and gets the easy layup. It's a 4-point game for DAC. Speaking of four, we have the DAC.
91. See that here? The best here in the world. Oh. There's no more than that. Yeah, you go. All right, 91-84. Pick up my 80.
DAC have Steph Smith with 31 points tonight. They also have Chevy Brown with 18 and Prince with 18. Lots of potential scoring options as Chevy Brown swings it off to the wing and is trained in by Michael. Michael making it 13 points tonight. Javion Tyndale goes for the high layup. 8-point lead for DAC. They're running away with this one. DAC in the Team Miller collaboration with a deep bench. Trying to pull out all the stops tonight. Chevy Brown getting to work as TJ Cave runs into traffic. He's matched up. Warren drains it from the arc. And it's a 5-point game with just 2 minutes left to play. Team Miller, we're our 2024 champion. You're looking for the two-peat. We have a timeout called. But once again, just a reminder that this is the Toronto Pro-Am 2025. Of course, our third-year operation. If you enjoy what you see tonight, we'll be right back tomorrow for the Final Four. Doors open at 2 p.m. And we have our championship game August 1st. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. So bring your friends, bring your family, and all your loved ones. Get your tickets online. And it's crunch time with just about 2 minutes. As DAC go for the quick play, Michael heading the dump. Less than 2 minutes to go, 7-point lead in favor of DAC. As Babic fouls Tyndale. That's the second foul of the night. And that makes it 5 team fouls for DAC. Sauga City are in the bonus, and Mr. Tyndale will make a trip to the line, hoping to make it a 5-point game. Second free throw is short as it goes out of bounds. And Sauga City will maintain possession. 14 seconds to inbound for Sauga City. Xavier Ochu looks for the curling Warren. Warren travels on the play. Tries time in the air to pick out the right pass and accepts responsibility for the turnover. Prince matched up against Warren. Warren trying to get a stop himself. 6-point game in favor of DHC as Warren gets the blocking foul. That's just 14 fouls for Sauga City. One more foul to give away, or DAC gets in a bonus. A wide open Steph Smith is not what you want to see on defense. That's DAC basketball. Sauga City survived the scare.
13 seconds on the clock. 14, my bad, 14. A minute and 34
Chevy
seconds.
Brown to inbound, 14 on the shot clock. Matched up with Tyndale. Tyndale staying super close like super glue. As Steph goes for the spin move. Ochu on the fast break trying to get the finish. It's blocked. Prince. And that's out of bounds for DAC basketball. Prince coming in strong and making the right plays where necessary. A lot of credit has to go to Chevy Brown and Prince this second half. They pulled out all the stops necessary, but that's a turnover for Chevy. Rosebush trips, and Tyndale is fouled on his way to the cup. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yo, let's make sure the floor is blessed, please. Please. Charles Brown, make sure everybody's blessed. You know what I mean? It's the shoes, it's the shoes, it's the shoes.
Davion Tyndale with 24 points tonight. Looking to cut the lead to 20 to 4.
96-91, 2 possession games back. No, listen. Chill. Chill. Safety first. No, safety first.
Blood, sweat, and tears being poured out excessively on the floor as it's everything to fight for. In our final matchup of the day in Friday Night Lights,
96-91, a minute and 5 seconds.
everybody fighting to survive and trying to earn a spot in the Final Four tomorrow. David Ann Center, DAC, up against Sauga City. DAC's in green. Chevy Brown hit with a double team right off the jump. And Jake Babick is fouled. He'll make a trip to the free throw line as DAC are now in the bonus with less than a minute to play. And constantly we saw the high motor of DAC forcing stops against Sauga City, hounding their primary ball handlers to force the ball out of their hands. And Sauga City could not hit the clutch shots whenever they needed to. They had great organization earlier on, but the game winded down. We see the importance of having a deep bench just like DAC have, and executing the rotations perfectly to give appropriate minutes to everybody. Calm, cool, and collected. It's quite remarkable how such a young man has great poise and great composure and leadership on the floor. Definitely a bright future ahead of him. Hitting tough shot after tough shot, and not being afraid to rise to the occasion as it's a 4-point game. Less than a minute, but this time Tyndale fouls Smith Smith will make a trip to the line to shoot 2. Steph Smith makes it 33 as DAC get the steal right away. 6-point lead with 44 left to go in the game. Once again, Sauga City failing to protect the basketball. One of the basic requirements needed if you want to win games. And Chevy Brown is fouled. This time he'll make a trip to the line, trying to make it triple digits for DAC. Chevy Brown hitting the first free throw, of course, is no stranger to the Tait McKenzie Centre. Played with the 2021-2022 York University Lions roster. No wonder he's feeling just right at home on home courts as he makes it 1-1 for DAC. Tyndale hoists up the long 3 as DAC are running away with their 8-point lead. That just might about see the game. Chevy Brown playing with his food as Babick throws it up for a prayer. Rosebush trying to scrape something out of this, but that's no good. And that's going to be just about it. We saw DAC come out strong in the final closing moments, forcing stops, the likes of Chevy Brown and Prince, doing what is necessary and needed as they close out the game with a 10-point win. 103-93 is the final scoreline. DAC x Team Miller will advance to tomorrow's Final Four. Once again, we want to say a big thank you to everybody stopping out tonight and showing some love to the Toronto basketball scene. This is the Toronto Pro-Am 2025 series. Make sure you join us tomorrow for our Final Four. Doors open at 2 p.m. And let's not forget about championship nights on August 1st. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for supporting basketball as always. A special thank you to our partners, Foot Locker Canada, Canada Basketball, Red Threads, and of course, sports. To all our friends in the north, south, east, and west side of the world, this is King David saying good night.